Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Igloo in Mount Laurel for the first of two matchups between these Temple Owls and the United States Naval Academy Midshipmen. My name is Zach Demuse alongside JJ Mahowski inside the ice. We have a great matchup for you here. Owls currently sitting at 9-9-1, sixth in the ECHA, while the Navy Midshipmen 10-5-1-2, fourth in the ECHA. Both teams need this win, JJ, as I welcome you into the call. What do you see up ahead for this matchup?
Thanks so much, Jack. Well, this is the first meeting between the two teams since last year's February meeting, which ultimately put Temple into those playoffs last season. Charles Giazza with that crucial OT winner against Navy, and this is going to be a tough matchup. Certainly not going to be able to back down against the Naval Academy. They're certainly a physical team, and Temple's going to have to get the puck towards the net and score some goals if they're going to stay in this one.
It's a goalie matchup tonight, folks. Charles Doherty will be in net for the Midshipmen. He is first in the ECHA in point with a save percentage of .932, while Ben Auerbach is on the opposing side against him for the Temple Owls. He is second in the ECHA in save percentage with a .931, just 1/100th of a point separating them. It's going to be a great matchup. Charles Giazza in the center ice position for the Owls as the Midshipmen take over first with the puck. Defenseman Brandon Reynolds, fantastic, quickly early. Quickly early by Connor Hayden, and he sidesteps the man into the offensive zone, trying to get a shot off Navy. And for a second there, Temple tried to take it away, but they couldn't. Navy regains possession in their own defensive zone. Quick stick there by Nick Van Allen, try to break something up. But Matthew Guinea is the receiver of that bad pass for the Midshipmen, and the Owls try to regain possession, which they do. Charles Giazza puts it into the offensive zone. He's on the near boards behind the net, looking for a man, and he's trying to get a pass. The bombard fell down in front of the net, trying to get a shot on at least. Was the pass attempted for Ondik, but that wasn't successful, and then the Midshipmen clear it down to center ice, where Giazza again regains possession, tries to pass it off to Ondik, which he will, and Irie takes him to the offensive zone, trying to sidestep two men. He can't, and the Navy Midshipmen take over there, trying to get a shot off quickly to Doherty. He put that aside, and Temple regains possession in the offensive zone. Ondik trying to center it there for Irie, who then has it and passes it back off. And the center takes a shot there. That was Andrew Kaiser quickly into this offensive game here, as the shifts come quick for Pat Carroll's Owls. Ondik behind the net looking for something, tries to put a wraparound in, no, not successful there. And the puck goes right back to Ondik and behind the net. Here comes Bowles trying to backhander, that goes again behind the net, and then Ondik recovers for the Owls, puts it up to the point. There's a shot quickly. Irie trying to get a backhander on, that won't go.
Temple right now with a huge onslaught in the offensive zone. Navy's going to get it now, but that was a nice shift for the Owls right there.
Nathan Hayden with the first shot for the Midshipmen, but deflected in front by a Temple defenseman. Couldn't see who it was from this vantage point. Could have been Andrew Kaiser. He looked like his stick was in there, but the puck was deflected above Ben Auerbach's head. And we have a face-off in the Navy offensive zone right in front of Ben Auerbach.
Zach, important note in this game so far, really keeping the shot from Temple's net. That'll be crucial moving forward.
Absolutely. Here's a shot by the Midshipmen that goes wide. And trying to regain possession behind the net there. Now carrying the puck is Joseph Tolvo, but finally turned over. Big hit put on there on the sideboards in the neutral ice of the Owls. Trying to be physical there are the Midshipmen, trying to get a shot on, that won't go. Temple needs to do a better job clearing the zone with that. Now another turnover in the offensive zone for the Midshipmen. They regain it. Bad defensive structure there for the Owls. And finally they look like they're going to clear. As Irie tried to get that puck, excuse me, that was Fowler, tried to get that puck in center ice, but he wasn't able to. And now again, Andrew Kaiser's trying to put a hit on a Midshipman there, trying to get it out of the zone. Temple is gassed. There's a shot on. hits Ben Auerbach's arm and goes to center ice and rolls down to the midshipman zone. Big stop there by Temple. Although they had a lot of mistakes, JJ, they held strong.
The Owls getting some tired legs out there right now. Nice line change by them in the defensive end, but you'd like to see Temple be able to keep the puck.
There's a shot from the point that gets deflected in front. And finally, the Owls look like they can regain possession again as it's put out on the other side of the net, or excuse me, side of the ice as Hurwitz tries to get it for the Owls. Almost a turnover there. Macdougall was almost fortunate of that bad pass. But the midshipmen regained possession, at least till now, as Barberini passed it along to his partner in the defensive zone, Alex Rittenhouse. Looking to set something up now with the midshipmen behind their own net. Bad pass there, Nick Van Allen, fortunate of that. Pass it to the point for Barberini, looking for a man down low. Goes to Hurwitz behind the net. Quickly, midshipman there to take it away. That's the captain for the midshipmen, Derek Golembrowski, who took that away. Quick pass along, that could have been dangerous.
A nice slot pass there. One matchup to look forward for right now. Alex Barberini versus Joe Kelly. You can see it at the point in Temple's offensive zone. Barberini, a big player. Kelly, also one of Navy's biggest players, and certainly something that you can watch both defensemen try to score some goals tonight.
Absolutely. Trying to sidestep a man there was Joe Kelly, as you were just talking about, JJ. And the Bombard tried to get it out of the defensive zone for the Owls. Finally, the captain, Charles Giazza, picks it up, passes to Nick Van Allen, and trying to find the Bombard, crashing into the offensive zone. He falls down. He falls down to get along the defensive boards, trying to get out of their zone. But luckily, Bladen Reed picked that up, flings it down to center ice, and it'll bounce just before the Navy. Both teams trying to find their identity so far in this game, JJ. Temple doing a bad job defensively so far, but so are the midshipmen, not really having too many great offensive possessions either.
Too many defensive turnovers for the Owls so far, and certainly trying to shake off those cobwebs.
Here's Irie with the back. Irie with the back, he skates back on defense, and the midshipman quickly into the offensive neutral zone as he comes quickly crashing in there. And John Mullen will pick it up on the back left-hand side behind Ben Auerbach. Al's doing all they can to try to get the puck out of the zone. Finally, he finds Irie with it, trying to big hit there in the neutral zone, trying to put something on, get some physicality going so far in this game. But just like every other possession, Temple puts the puck in, and the midshipmen send it right back out. So Temple needs to find a little bit of offensive footing so far early in this game. Here's Joseph Tolvo trying to put a move on, unfortunate of the Temple defense. Shot in front of the net, goes wide, and Gane picks that up, puts a spin move on there.
Well, so far, Zach, you can notice that the midshipmen seem to be better conditioned than Temple, and they're trying to cluster them up the defensive end. That's what's causing all these turnovers.
Here's another shot in front. Auerbach puts that aside, but again, the midshipmen keep it in. Here's Gane attempting to clear, and he will. The referee's arm is up, and there'll be no icing on this one.
Icing waved off on that. It was actually tipped by Navy. Brendan Reynolds got a stick on it.
Here's Kyle Smedley, the starter tonight for the Owls, passing along to his teammate, trying again to get a stretch pass going of some sort, but that pass yet again picked right back off by Navy. That was Jack Burke.
There has to come a time that you start talking about maybe going for a little shorter passes. Temple right now trying to get these long cross-ice passes.
No doubt about that. Edward Zhao puts a shot on. That puck is loose in front of the net. And finally, a Temple defender got a stick on that and send it down, and now icing will be called. Broken stick behind the Navy goal here, and that will be picked up by a midshipman. But, JJ, right now the Owls have a 2-game losing streak at home, and they haven't won here at the Igloo since October 26th. Those 2-game losing streaks, the longest home losing streak in the ECHA. So the Owls really need to try to pick it back up tonight and get a big win against an ECHA opponent who's only 2 spots ahead of them in the rankings.
Absolutely, Zach. Trying to shake off those cobwebs, especially from the winter break.
Cal Smedley had it on the stick for a second. Referee falls down there. There's a shot in front. Again, a block. Great blocker save there by Auerbach, and he looks like he can cover the puck. Looked like it hit off his blocker, went back out in front, got a piece of it from the glove, and he fell on it. and stop the play. Smart play there by Auerbach to keep it there, wait for the whistle, and get reset on defense.
Temple bench loves that, and they're also able to get the line change in there. So you're going to see Giazza, Lombard, and Van Allen all step onto the ice. And Zach, before the game, Navy showing a little bit of respect to Brendan Lombard. Served in the Army for a few years, so he got a huge round of applause from the players when his name was announced in starting lineups tonight.
Yeah, he was a U.S. Marine Corps for 4 years before joining Temple, so we obviously thank him for his service. Great to see him in the cherry and white. Lombard, the man of the hour, is now trying to fight for possession. Puts out in front. That could have been a shot opportunity for Temple, but he picks up his own rebound, puts it off. Giazza now regains possession, throws the shot up, and that goes high, glove side. Something to notice about Doherty, his glove is on his right hand. Reminds you of the Steve Masons in Philadelphia. It's a little backwards. Meanwhile, the midshipmen now trying to get a good shot on, unable to do that because of the defensive structure by the Owls. Smedley really came in there and broke that up. Excuse me, that was Alex Rittenhouse. And Nick Van Allen trying to get the pass, and then Irie eventually got it and put it in the defensive zone for the midshipmen as they, again, the Owls try to get something going offensively. The only offense they have is picked passes so far, but the midshipmen really haven't set anything up. Meanwhile, on the other side of the net, that's Andrew Douglas crashing into the offensive zone, trying to get something again going for the midshipmen here.
Huge play there by Brendan Ondick, able to get a stick on that and clear the zone. But both teams really not setting anything up right now, and I think the first power play of tonight's game is going to make a difference in this one.
I agree with that. Scrummy hockey going on right now, JJ. They're taking what they give them. There's a shot from the point by the Naval midshipman, number 27, Brandon Reynolds. He started tonight.
You mentioned scrummy, and we see, I believe that's Michael Irie going down in the middle of the ice right there, getting tangled up with midshipman.
Off of Irie's skate, bounces into the offensive zone. It was offsides that the Owls had to clear. And now again, that's Brandon Reynolds trying to bring it back up for the midshipman. Passes it across to Josiah Tolvo. And we get our first whistle. Looks like it's offsides.
Keep an eye out for Josiah Tolvo. Him and Irie going back and forth a little bit tonight so far. You have to think that the Naval Academy will have a pretty good discipline in the game, so probably not too many passes coming from them, but we've seen Temple's tempers flare before. That's certainly not something that Coach wants to see tonight.
You talked about cobwebs. Temple's last game coming December 7th when they lost to Drexel 5-2. The only goals scored by the Owls were by Giazza and Irie. And those Owls trying to clear it again. They will. Hits right before the blue line, the puck does, and icing is then waved off. But then Doherty crashes it down, trying to get the puck out of the zone. It comes up, it comes down, and back into the defensive zone for the midshipmen.
Well, back and forth they continue to go, Zach, and really, like I mentioned, no one getting set up at all.
Gane thought about trying to get a shot off there was the midshipman, Josiah Tolvo. You just talked about him, JJ. But Gane was there, thought he could poke a stick at, but he decided to jump back just a little bit. As soon as he started to skate backwards, Tolvo fired that shot on net.
Navy dumps it in, gets the line change here, so Temple's going to look to carry forward. You really want to see them try to get the 2-point men and 2 men down by the net. That's going to be their way that they're going to try and beat the Naval goaltender tonight in Charles Doherty.
Ian Macdougall trying to do something by himself in the offensive zone, but then finally the puck is put back in the offensive zone. That's Mike Walker now for the Owls, as Fowler again tries to be the man of the hour, picking the puck off, which he does, and now skating back in, trying to get a shot off there is Zambella, and then finally fighting for it along the far boards.
It's been a pretty continuous moving game so far, Zach.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of stoppages, and that's certainly going to take fatigue later on in this one.
Yeah, I don't think a team has had the puck in the offensive zone for at least 10 to 15 seconds, JJ, as that puck is whistled for icing, and it comes back down to the Navy side of the ice.
This is our first break in play since about the 13-minute mark of the first period here, so really certainly something to keep an eye out for. 9:13 left in the first. We've blown through these first 11 minutes of hockey tonight.
Yeah, 9:13 left in the first, as you said. Shots on goal 6-3 in favor of the midshipmen. Any shot the Temple has had so far wasn't planned or set up by a play. Just kind of a bad pass there by the midshipmen that they try to take advantage of. Bladen Reed tried to keep it in with his hand. Unfortunate of that call from the referee because it did go out. And then Ian Bowles tries to reset there. Bladen Reed flings it along to center ice. That could have been dangerous, but then Zambella picks it off. And then here comes Golembrowski trying to go in, and the arm of the referee is up. We're going to get a penalty on the Owls.
It's going to be a trip here coming up on Bowles. Might be a penalty shot. He was in the lane of shooting.
Thought the same thing. Looked for his arm when it immediately went up. Golembrowski was going in. Bowles went for his legs, and we wait to see the call. The referee is on center ice, but I think he might be standing there for the face-off.
Well, Golembrowski was standing there asking exactly about that, seeing if it was indeed a penalty shot, but no, we're going to see an offensive zone face-off coming here for the Midshipmen and that crucial first power play of the night coming up for Navy.
Midshipmen power play 24.6% of the time. It is successful. And now the Owls are on the first Richie's penalty kill tonight here at the Igloo in Mount Laurel. Zach Demuse alongside JJ Mahowski with you here on the TU Ice Network. And good defense immediately by the Owls to clear it. And quickly along is Macdougall trying to as this game is presented always on the TU Ice Network by Wawa. Great to say that, JJ. Finally, Midshipmen trying to find some rhythm as it goes along. A game of pass here. Finally, a shot put on by Golembrowski, and that goes high.
That's the first time we've seen a pass from point to point tonight, and Navy was the play.
Nathan Hyden into the offensive zone, and then quickly passes along to Joe Kelly on the point. Back to Hyden. He's looking for someone else. Temple defense, got to give him credit. There's a shot that goes wide. Ben Auerbach didn't see it at first, but it went to the left of his glove. Too far there for the Midshipmen. And then Golembrowski's calling the shots now at the right circle. Left circle, I should say, excuse me. And then finally a game of pass back and forth. Almost looks like the same play in front. They whiffed on it, and that could have been dangerous for the Owls. Left in front there was Nathan Hyden, and he had a beautiful opportunity. Whiffed on the shot. Owls very fortunate to that. Again, another passing game. Again, in front. Great save there by Ben Auerbach as he slides across. Oh, another whiff by Hyden. He could have had two just in this penalty. And now another penalty called here on Navy. So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for 20 seconds.
And Navy not happy about this one. I mean, you have to think you're in the offensive zone there. 20 seconds left on the power play. Not really a good penalty to take there. Connor Hyden's going to head to the box, guilty of a trip on this.
Golembrowski there was on the left circle. Almost looked like the Alexander Ovechkins down for those Capitals. He's there. He knows the shot. He took the first shot of that power play there. Just went high of Ben Auerbach's blocker. And now the puck and face-off will be in the Owls' offensive zone. Giaza, Ondik, Guinea.
For a second. We'll see if Bowles goes into the offensive zone or heads to the bench.
Quickly into the offensive zone, like you said, JJ, is Guinea behind the net, looking for a man. 5-on-4 now, advantage for the Owls. They are officially on the Draft Tours power play as Guinea is near by the right circle trying to set the puck up as Giaza then takes it behind the net. Van Allen in front, directing traffic.
Head off the ref.
Still behind the net there. Great block there by the Midshipman. Looks like that could have been number 27, Brandon Reynolds, who put his stick down, intercepted that pass that Giaza was trying to get over to Ondik.
Well, Zach, it's always fun being down here inside the boards, and when I mentioned that about Bowles possibly heading to the offensive zone, he said, no, I'm going to the bench. Temple certainly winned it.
Here's Ondik on the right circle, stops very quickly back to the point to Guinea. Back to Ondik's stick, walking in, looking for a shot, goes over to Giaza, puts up a shot that goes wide. Rebound in the back of the net, no one could get it. And finally, Guinea winds a slap shot off the post. Owls regain possession. Ondik, Guinea, Giaza, back to Ondik, takes a shot. Great save there by Doherty there. Charles Doherty covering up. Man, when an opportunity the Owls had, Gane took a shot, rang it right off the post, JJ.
And it was through traffic, too. That's the more incredible thing about that. Both those shots were in a lot of traffic for the Owls. Maybe that's what's going to work for them tonight. Navy getting in front of their own goaltender in Charles Doherty.
Now Barberini at the point tries to find the Bombard on the far deep end of the ice, and now Kaiser is behind the zone. He's picked there by the midshipman. That's Joe Walton of Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, JJ. And now the Owls regain possession defensively. And they're still in the power play for another 19 seconds. They would love to get something going here as they had the opportunity, but quickly almost turned it over. And Kaiser saves the day, getting it back on the stick of Barberini.
Well, 7 seconds left now on the power play, so both teams going 0 for 1 to start off their nights.
The Bombard goes hard, excuse me, that was Crossan that goes hard in front of the ice. Goes hard into the boards, on the ice I should say, right in front of us here. Broadcasting on this far side next to the Navy bench. And then quickly in front, Barberini intercepted that pass. And the Owls trying to regain possession. 5-on-5 hockey, 4:40 remaining in the first period.
Nice awareness by Connor Hyde coming out of the box for the Navy midshipman. He came out of the penalty box, immediately got to the far side of the ice, and set up an opportunity for Navy. Unfortunately, they weren't able to take advantage of it.
Here's Navy now moving in. Another great stop there by Bowles. You know, he doesn't have a lot of goals or assists so far this year, Bowles doesn't, but he is a big defensive presence, and the Owls love to see him out there on the ice. I'd love to see him get a goal as he has the puck back on his stick. But it's all about the presence, it's all about the leadership for this team here under the direction of head coach Pat Carroll. And now the midshipman trying to set something up. Shot right into the midsection of Ben Auerbach. That came from John Scasia from the point. John Scasia is an interesting guy, JJ. Third on just for defenders and assists with 10, and then fourth just in defenders again in goals with 5 so far this season, all throughout the ECHA. So he is a big reason why the midshipmen are now currently 10-5-1-2. 18 games played, 33 points so far scored this season by Navy.
Well, at that faceoff, Joe Kelly was slow to get off the ice. When they dropped the puck, he was just at the scorer's box, so not really a lot of hustle from him there. Could have been a too many men on the ice penalty.
Nice play there by Le Bombard to try to put a big hit on to get some momentum going for the Owls, but unfortunately the puck does go down behind the Owls' net, and Gane tries to pick it up, turned over yet again. There's a shot trying to get it out to the point, and Giazza tries to get it out, does all he can as the captain of this team. And not only captain, but goals leader, assist leader, and points leader, and power play goals leader. So he's been a majority of their offense as Charles Giazza. Bad pass there, trying to get something going. That was a bad pass by Navy, David Schonenman.
Shot clock right now, 9-5 in favor of Navy, but still a scoreless game. It's been pretty scrappy here in the first period. Both teams trying to get their legs back under them after nearly a month off of play, Zach.
Yeah, we mentioned Temple's last game coming in on December 7th. Navy's last game coming November 22nd against Westchester, which they beat. But now here's Irie in front, trying to put a puck in front of the net, and Doherty is there and covers it up. Loose puck in front in the blue paint. Nobody saw it. Doherty looked down, put his glove on top. Opportunity there for the Owls. Could have been a 1-0 on the scoreboard, unable to put it in the meshing.
How about these extracurriculars by Temple and Navy? Never really seen Navy get fired up like that, but they did not like that Temple is down near the net. Right now, the Owls have a great chance in the offensive zone. Frustration being shown there from Kaiser, who will take the faceoff in the circle, and Temple just trying to get pucks towards the net right now.
On to get there as well. He almost was fortunate of a shot. Skating up is Josiah Tolvo. We talked about him earlier. And Ian Bowles, the presence that he brings on that defensive side, tries to get it out. And Irie's there to try to help him, but the midshipmen do take control in their offensive zone. Quickly across, trying to put a shot on, intercepted there by an Owl. That looked like number 81.
Will catch the stick of the not the start you want to see if you're the Temple Owls, but hey, you've kept Navy off the board so far, so if you can take this 0-0 into the locker room, you're doing a great job so far.
Zambella took that face-off, unable to win it there. Walker and Fowler out here for his wings. Fourth line here for the Owls, I do believe. And they're doing a pretty nice job offensively, trying to get the puck back in the zone. And finally, Zambella does knock it all the way back, and then it comes all the way to the other side of the ice. Fowler trying to put a move on, trying to get the puck out. Golembrowski out. Now it's their top line. The captain for this team pushes a stretch pass all the way to the other side of the zone. And then a beautiful misstep there. Golembrowski whiffs again. 3 whiffs so far this first period for the Midshipmen. They could have been up by at least one if one. Welcome back to the Igloo, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with us here on the TU Ice Network, presented by Wawa. My name is Zach Demuse, alongside Between the Glass JJ Mahowski, as we welcome you back for the second period of play. And we have zeros on the board, 0-0 here. And, you know, for a Temple team who is 6th in the ECHA, struggled the last half of the first part of the season, and haven't played a game since December 7th. You know, JJ, for sticking with this Navy team who's 10-5, 1-2 overall, I think it was a very good first period of play, as was assured by head coach of the Owls, Pat Carroll, as he walked past us to get ready for the second period.
Yeah, Pat Carroll very appreciative of the Owls play in that first period. Auerbach had a great period, 9 for 9 on saves, but hey, a little fun action here at the Igloo tonight. The net looks like it might be broken, so we're trying to zip that up before we start the second period of play.
Did want to mention, during the Christmas holiday, obviously the loss of Trevs was a big deal for this Temple team. He was close to each and every player in the heart and in the mind of their game, and they held a memorial game for him December 28th. 34 people played on the ice that day, obviously shifting on and off, and that JJ, they raised $6,000 for the Ryan Trevs Foundation. Awesome thing to see. You know, unfortunately I wasn't part of the broadcast team when he was playing for the Owls, but I know he means so much to this team. Here's a quick shot, quickly, the leg save there by Ben Auerbach, as we get right into the action here for the second period of play.
Certainly an awesome experience, touching on the thing you just mentioned there, Zach, and certainly something you want to see for Temple to keep doing.
Definitely looks like that's going to be an annual thing, is that Ryan Trevs Memorial Game. Listen, fantastic thing from the Owls. It's about family first and foremost here for this team. And the Bombard tries to get along to the backside. Guinea now has it. Across to the point it goes. Navy regaining possession in their offensive zone. Puts in front up there. That was Golembrowski. He's dangerous. Puck just a little bit in front of his stick. Fortunate for the Owls there. Now here's a turnover. Moving on in now is Hyde. It takes a shot off the goalie and off the post. Shot there courtesy of a turnover from the Temple Owls. Not looking good early on for these Owls team. JJ, we talked about it. Bad passes leading to goals and shots, excuse me, not goals just yet, thankfully, but shots that are unwarranted from this Midshipman team. Need to cut that back, and quickly the Midshipmen add 3 shots early on in the first half of the second period. Shot there, stoned away by Auerbach, and the puck is now battled for by Reed in the defensive zone for the Owls in the corner. Puck skipped along behind Auerbach. Still trying to get it out is Bladen Reed. And put right back into the play was the Midshipmen, but then finally it was cleared.
Dumped back down the other end. Temple trying to gather it up, and we have a whistle blown here, a high stick on the call there, Zach. Not what you want to see for either team, but maybe a break for Temple.
Yeah, high sticking there. Didn't list a player specifically. Looked like there could have been Bowles on the near side here. I think it was. No man advantage, just a reset of a play and another face-off in the offensive zone for the Midshipmen. Andrew Douglas is in there for the Navy, but he loses that face-off, and now Temple looking to clear, which they will. Puck skipped all the way down to the offensive zone of Temple, trying to get a possession there, but they cannot, and the Navy Midshipmen quickly clear right back down. Now on sides is Nathan Hayden, but then Ian Bowles there to recover.
A nice play at the point there, but they're going to say it did go offside. Navy contesting that decision by the referee. And Temple going to get a line change here, getting a couple of their bigger guys out there. Rittenhouse and Barberini take the ice along with Fowler, Zambella, and Walker side.
You mentioned Barberini and Rittenhouse. Two of the younger guys on this team for sure, as a lot of this team is younger guys from the freshman or sophomore years. Now quickly on in, trying to put a pass right through the legs of Rittenhouse was Josiah Tolvo. We talked about him. Now a big hit put on there by a midshipman, Joseph Giannini. And the puck is being scabbered along the boards. There's a shot that gets blocked. Didn't make its way to the net. Zambella was there. And quickly Rittenhouse stretched past to Zambella, who tries to regain possession, but he cannot. Tolvo with the blast. That's blocked there by Rittenhouse. He's been dominant so far in this defensive presence for the Owls. And then trying to get it out was Walker, but he will not. Pushed back in by Navy. And now Barberini finally clears for the Owls. Goalie arm up, and the puck's coming back. Looks like an icing will be called on Barberini.
Zach, we're seeing a lot of shots through traffic right now, and that's a crucial part for both of these teams. We saw a shot in the first period taken by McInay from the top of the point. It could have found the back of the net, rang off the side of the post there. Really, that's how one of these teams is going to be able to find the back of the net, with the two goaltenders between the pipes tonight.
Scasia puts a shot on net. That goes wide, right over the head of Auerbach. And Barberini now without a stick.
That went flying.
It did go flying. Advantage Navy. Barberini no stick. Sticks behind Auerbach. And out to the point it goes. Through traffic, goes behind the net, just hits wide.
Barberini getting a stick now. I believe that's Fowler who gave it up.
It was Fowler, because now Fowler picks up Barberini's stick, and everybody now tries to reset themselves, as Navy still being present in their offensive zone. 16:20 left to go in the second period of play. Shots 14-6 in favor of the Navy.
Now they switch sticks back, and we have a Temple out down in the corner for a moment. Hard hit there.
Yeah, Zambella was put on the ice. Two big hits on Zambella so far this game.
Still no shots here in the second period for the Owls, as Zambella dumps it into the zone there and now takes a tumble on the ice. Temple trying to get the line change. Barberini telling him to move faster.
Yeah, quickly ahead is the midshipman. Drops off a pass there, takes a shot. Save Auerbach in front of the net. It was loose and then finally flung on net by Daniel Shoshomian. Sheshnashmian, I should say, from Ontario, Minnesota, the defender. Stands at 6'1", 175. He's been in 18 games. And that could have been his fourth goal of the season.
Minnesota, eh?
Absolutely there, JJ.
Well, Temple right there almost had a headache on their hands. It was a slow line change for them, especially with Zambella hitting the deck. And Barberini recognized it. He was almost ready to turn around and head back.
LeBombard, Giazza, Van Allen out there for the Owls. As Charles Doherty gets some ice in his face as he covers up that puck in front.
He got the ice in his face from his own teammate. You really don't want to do that to your goalie, and goalies don't like that, so I don't really know how you'd feel if your own teammate did it to you.
Yeah, looks at him, maybe a little shoulder shrug, like, man, what the heck are you doing? Now he's got ice in his face. Meanwhile, the Owls trying to get a solid offensive possession. Really haven't seen one so far in this game from them. But quickly in front was the Bombard with a shot off the blocker of Doherty. Again, the Bombard there passes behind the net to Van Allen.
Zambella took a step off the bench after that last change for him and looked to kind of get himself back together. Took a couple of hits, and then that slow line change took that tumble.
Yazom was trying to get a shot opportunity. He falls down on the ice. Good defense there by the midshipmen. And the puck just skipped all the way behind, along the boards behind the net. And Navy will take over. Ian Bowles out there now for the Owls next to Smedley. And good defense put on there by Hurwitz with a shot, and they score. Quickly, just like that. It's Joe Kelly, the starter from Erie, Pennsylvania. Shot from the point off a quick pass and interception there. Picks it up, shot, score, far side under the glove of Auerbach.
You talk a lot about the celebration in hockey, and that was not a good one by Joe Kelly. Got taken down by his own teammate as he tried to put his hands up in the air. But tough shot there for the Owls to defend, and certainly for Auerbach in net. He's seen 17 shots tonight, now 16 for 17 on saves. And you look at that, that was just a lucky bounce for Navy. They were able to take it away and put it in the back of the net and really execute. And that's what we've been talking about the whole night. Bad passes turning into goals.
As soon as that puck went in and the faceoff was getting set, Auerbach called Bowles' name and pointed to his face mask, alluding he was screening him. So Temple not helping themselves out in the least against this team who's ranked 4th in the ECHA.
And now you have to work from 1 goal down against them, not the position that you want to be midway through the second.
Navy here with another opportunity, moving on in front of the net, but a great defense put on there by Bladen Reed as he keeps the puck from sliding across the other side of the net to John Mullen. Stretch pass now finds the stick of Macdougall as he marches on in the left side, takes the shot off the stick of a midshipman and goes into the netting.
Well, Temple going to see an offensive zone face-off now, and really one of the first ones they've seen this period so far, Zach. No power plays yet for either team here in the second period. Both 0 for 1 to begin the game, and a power play would certainly help out the Owls right now, but you have to draw a penalty from the well-mentored Navy midship.
Well-disciplined, well-mentored, all attributes.
Thank you. Disciplined was the word I was looking for there.
All adjectives to describe this team. Over the last 5 games, the Midshipmen are 4-1. Only loss was coming to the University of Delaware on November 8th. So they know how to win hockey games. And in order to beat them, especially on your home ice here, the Owls need to be very disciplined and get this one back quick.
Well, one thing you really notice between both teams, Navy has a couple of players up on their feet, especially on the bench. Temple, all the players sitting down trying to take a more relaxed approach towards the game and really try to keep their legs fresh.
Barberini poking at it behind his own net. Now finally goes to the point for the Midshipmen. And Irie playing some strong defense. Put in front. That was a screen put on there by Rittenhouse and a Navy number 22, Daniel Fisher. But the puck didn't find Auerbach's padding. Now moving on in is a shot from Ondick. And Doherty has it, but he doesn't know where it is. Looked behind him and found it as he stood up and it fell, between his legs there. So great opportunity there from the Owls. Ondick realizing that he needs to be quick, putting a shot on. And Doherty gets it, and we have a face-off.
It was almost able to trickle its way through there. That would have been huge for the Owls.
Fowler keeps it away from a midshipman for a moment, and then finally Smedley with a nice spin move. Puck finds its way over to Gannett. But picked right back off there is Aiden Riley with a shot off the blocker of Auerbach.
One thing I'm noticing right now, these slap shots tonight are really the most accurate shots that we've seen. Wrist shots not really working out well for either team.
Let's try it again as he comes on in, but the stick of Smedley pushes it away. There's a shot that goes wide. And Fowler trying to be present for the Owls as he holds up his man as Gannett takes the puck. And into the offensive zone goes Fowler as he falls. But the whistles remain silent.
What a poke check there by Fowler. He kept the play alive, kept the puck in the offensive zone, and gave the Owls a chance.
Four, 3, and 1 of the Midshipmen on the road this year. So they know how to win hockey games, as we talked about. And here they are yet again across. That was Golembrowski trying to get a shot on in the point, but that wasn't able to go. Then finally put on by Joe Kelly, who has the first one already tonight.
Temple being outshot 18-8 right now. Navy really dominating this second period offensively.
Another great shot by Auerbach. He's down. He puts his leg out yet again. He has it, and finally the puck corrals under his pads, and he remains strong in the blue paint.
Matthew Gannett comes off the ice frustrated, slams his stick down for a moment. Temple skating to the bench, looking a little bit defeated. 20-8 the shots now. 2 more shots being added there. Auerbach, let's take a moment and recognize him, though. Playing a great game, made a couple of nice diving saves there. Net was completely open. Navy's able to make a pass and execute there. That's a goal.
Put his leg out for the first one. Rebound, he got his own. And he was able to stop both of them. Now the Bombard cruising on into the offensive zone for the Owls.
2-on-1 was developing there for the Owls. They weren't able to get to the first, though, and that's the real reason Navy's able to clear it.
Ian Bowles outskates Golembrowski. Now the captain for the Owls, Charles Giazza, puts it back into the zone. Now they need to get something set up, JJ, as I'm sure all of everybody watching can tell. Seeming very undisciplined and almost very unorganized are the Owls right now. They really haven't had any good offensive opportunities so far this game.
You need to get set up. You also need to get Charles Giazza the puck. I don't think he's taken a single shot in this game so far. He's your captain, your leading scorer, someone you really look upon to try and generate some goals, and he's been pretty quiet so far in this game.
Finished 4th in the ACHA last season in goals, so he can score, and he already has 12 this year already. Centering pass there for Golembrowski, tried to put it on for the Midshipmen, but that does not go. Finally, now 2 Midshipmen behind the net. And now a shot from the point off the stick of Giazza, and Bladen Reed takes it up for the Owls.
Crossan had that puck go off of his stick, wasn't able to control it, and Giazza slowly up behind him, wasn't able to grab onto it. That's just miscommunication there by Temple. The pass went far, and that's what we continue to talk about, Zach. These far cross-ice passes, really just trying to move it from point to point or whatever. Temple's not executing on those, but Navy's starting to figure it out a little bit more.
So icing called there on Navy with 10:03 left in the second period. 20 shots on goal for Navy, only 8 for Temple, as we've talked about. Rittenhouse now out again for Owls on defense. And Macdougall doing everything he can, and now we have a whistle. And the ref quickly gets in between Crossan and Joe Walton of Navy, and they looked like it was just a friendly hit, looked up, patted each other on the leg, and play continues now as we have a face-off.
Crossan checked right there just to make sure he was okay. Crossan took himself out and wasn't really meant to be. The ref just making sure everything was okay between them.
Precautionary measures there by the referee.
And here's the bunching I'm talking about, Zach. I've been mentioning it the whole night. Navy's getting into these bunches defensively. They had 4 players on one side of the ice there. Temple wasn't able to execute a pass, and now we see it again. 4 players along the boards for both teams.
Ondick tries to poke it into the offensive zone. He will for a moment. Irie trying to get a stick on it. And then Rittenhouse is present at the point, but unable to keep it in and try something offensively for the Owls. Now Ondick passes it outside the zone, so Temple, will have to reset as Barberini tries to clear it yet again for the Owls, which he will.
3-on-2 developing for Temple.
Yeah, now Ondick with the shot that goes wide. Rebound hit behind the walls behind the boards behind the net, bounced right back out to hit the goalie, Charles Doherty, and then unfortunately Ondick crashed into the net, knocked it off its moorings. And now words are being had between Riley Jamison and Brendan Ondick.
Well, Pat Carroll now putting Matt Janae back out on the ice. Janae, really the only Temple Owl who's had a good shot on net so far, rang that shot off the post. And that's the difference between the game being 1-1 and 1-0 so far here in this one, Zach. Look for Janae to get a chance up at the top of the point and try to put a puck towards the net. Really loves those slap shots.
Walker, Fowler, Zambella, the forwards for the Owls here. Fowler clears, kept in there by John Scasia.
Nice hand-eye coordination there.
Fowler now crossing in, trying to take 4 guys on. He's unable to, as most are. And Navy regains possession.
Well, Zach, there comes a point in the game I think you have to kind of consider, an opportunity.
Quick shot put on there by Jack Burke. That went wide off of Ben Auerbach. Another save made there by him. And now finally cleared are the Owls. As moving on in for a shot there, and swallowed up is Charles Doherty. But Kyle Smedley put that shot on again, just getting shots to the net at this point is probably the message from Pat Carroll. They're being outshot 22-9. And, you know, they're shooting at someone who is one of the best goalies in the ECHA, the best in save percentage with .932 in Charles Doherty. So it's not going to be easy to get one past him. So the Owls have to do everything they can to try to do that eventually at some point tonight. The captain, Golembrowski, passes it into the center ice, but Giazza, the other captain for the Owls, now skates up to center ice here and takes a shot that's blocked off wide. The Bombard down in the far boards. Loose puck's being skated along. Bladen Reed keeps it into the offensive zone for the Owls. Flips one on, and Doherty is there to make the save.
And there's frustration from the Owls bench. They wanted to see a holding penalty called there. Giazza and Lombard were getting into it in the corner. And earlier in the game, I was having a conversation with Ian Bowles. Navy's doing a great job of getting the puck to the corner, somewhere where the Owls don't really seem to succeed in the game of hockey, trying to play in the corner. Temple likes to play in the open ice, try to get it to the middle and see where they can get a shot. That's when they executed with Matthew Genet earlier on.
Again, nothing coming offensively for the Owls as Nick Van Allen passes it straight up along the boards. In center ice, but then Edward Zhao was there to pick that up for the Midshipmen. Stretch on along now entering the offensive zone with the shot off the blocker. That could have been dangerous, but Bladen Reed was there defensively for the Owls to make sure that puck stayed out of the net. Reed has it now again, arm up for a second. Goes right back down and play continues. Nathan Hyden trying to get something going for the Midshipmen, but Ian Bowles standing strong. And it's back to Navy in the corner until Ian Bowles has it, flips it right out of the rink and into the netting above. So we'll have a stoppage of play, another face-off now in the Navy offensive zone. 6:21 left to go in the second period here. Navy up 1-0.
Zach, we've talked a lot about Bowles tonight, and at this point he's beginning to have a little bit of a struggling game. That's a tough play defensively, knocking out a play. Now you give Navy the offensive chance, and on that shot earlier we saw that he was screening the goalie, which you don't want to see.
Continuing offense domination here for Navy as a shot was put on there by Scasia. And Temple now unable to clear the puck, but then a hard hit put on behind the boards, and it's going to be a odd man advantage for a moment, except the puck is loose. And it's going to be a call on Ian Macdougall, the freshman from Media, Pennsylvania. Looks like it's going to be checking behind on the boards behind Auerbach. That went in hard. Auerbach lost his stick, and for 15 seconds there, it looked like all heck could break loose for the Owls. So Macdougall going into the box now, and now Navy's on the power play. Not something you'd like to see if you're an Owls fan, because their power play, like we talked about, 24.6% of the time, they do score, ranked 70th nationally.
Macdougall to the penalty box, 2 minutes for boarding on him, and not something you want to see for the Owls. A tough situation for them. It was a clean hit, in my opinion, but definitely not in the refs.
Boarding is the call, as JJ said. Now the Owls, Macdougall had it for a moment now. Center ice flicks it behind Doherty. And Navy looks to set up their play yet again. Fowler, Smedley, Barberini, and that's Sean McDowell on the other side as well. Now Navy having their way with the puck. Quickly across, we saw Golembrowski with a shot there. We saw him present as before. We know he's going to be coming from that angle. And the puck quickly finds his stick yet again. Now to the point for a shot, wide, back over to the near circle. Temple there yet again, trying to clear, but kept right back in was Connor Hyden.
An onslaught for Navy on this power play.
To the point yet again, Hayden switches with him. And now on the stick of Hayden and Joe Kelly playing a game of catch. Kelly has one already tonight. And then to the point, trying to get something going. Just a shot that just hits wide from Navy, John Mullen from Chicago, Illinois.
30 seconds left now here on this power play.
Wind and fire!
Now it's over.
Goal, and Borowski fires it home from that spot. And whether he was screened by the biggest and tallest guy on the team, Alex Barberini, as he stands 6'6" without skates. So if he was in front, a lot of Ben Auerbach's vision there was taken up, and Ben is not happy about that. 25 shots on goal. Ben Auerbach has now stopped 23 of the 25. 2-0 Navy. 4:14 left to go in this second period.
You can't even put the blame on Auerbach so far in this game. He's been screened a couple of times, and it's a tough break for him moving forward in this game. Navy now up 2-0, and Temple going to need to get a goal, I think, before this second period's over if they look to come back.
I agree with you there, JJ, but unfortunately the Owls have not been able to regain anything offensively. And as we see there, Charles Doherty covers the puck up, and that's about the only shots Temple is gaining. Loose, illicit pucks that fall in front of Doherty that they possibly can just get a stick on to poke it towards him. No really solid shots except the one that rang off the pipe by Guinea earlier in the first period. Now quickly yet again are the Midshipmen, but a great block there put on by Ian Bowles.
Joe Kelly back on the score sheet. He gets the assist for that last goal.
Leading in assist on the team, Joe Kelly has had 18. Now he has 19. And the Midshipmen now acting like another power play, deflected in front. Great glove save there by Auerbach as the puck now stays in yet again. To the point it goes. Quickly in front, thrown on net. Auerbach across, maybe a wraparound it looked like for a moment, but Giazza was there to shut that down. Now he controls the puck behind his buddy Ben. Stretch pass now to LeBombard onto the offensive zone. Moving on in, trying to spin his way out of it, and he's not able to do so. Puck does come loose for a moment, but not long enough for LeBombard to get a stick on it.
Navy has really had LeBombard's number tonight. They've been taking a couple of crucial hits on him, and he's certainly taking a beating, but as we mentioned, in Marine, certainly a tough.
There's a shot from the point by Irie. Looked like an opportunity, but Doherty slides across and gets it with the glove. That's the opportunities we're talking about, JJ. Finding the open man in the slot, at the point, wherever it is, getting shots on net now becomes the most crucial key to the game for the Owls with 2:48 left to go in the second period.
Michael Irie, a newcomer to the team this season, been one of their most crucial scorers, especially when they've been down in games here at the Igloo this season. We've seen him make a couple of nice plays, and look for his line to start to come up. That was a nice pass there to the slot.
Put in front now by the Midshipmen, whiffed on it yet again. There was Joe Kelly. He could have had his second. But now the Owls fortunate of that, and Michael Irie, after getting stopped on the last shot he had by Doherty, looking to do it yet again. Unfortunately, Navy now has it again in the offensive zone. Put in front by Golembrowski, but just a little wide. Navy still maintaining possession, and then finally a bad pass there as Irie flips it on to Ondick. And Ondick for a moment gave it away to Navy. Now Ondick moving on in, taking a shot, but he passed it instead. Could look like a shot opportunity there, but he tried to get it over to Andrew Kaiser. He wasn't there. Finally, Andrew Kaiser in the point again, and his puck jumped over his stick. Now a shot from the point, loose still in front. Temple's defense doing all they can to get it out. And the puck is finally cleared yet again. Arm up for icing, and the whistle was blown. Icing now on Temple, and the Owls are gassed. Guinea is leaning over, gasping for breath.
Well, Zach, you mentioned it. Great chances for Ondick there in the offensive zone, but he elected to pass both times. He's one of your leading scorers. You have to think you might want him to take a shot there, and frustration being expressed here on the bench about that. Ondick now to the bench for the exchange. Giazza back out there trying to do some work. And the discussion here from the referees, Temple questioned down on the ice who cleared the puck. They believe that Navy cleared it, and I didn't quite see who got a stick on it last, but Temple seems to pretty clearly believe that Navy was the one who cleared the pucks down the length of the ice, and this shouldn't be icing, so it should come out of the zone based on Temple's argument.
And our producer, Dylan Coyle, was right in front of the play. It looked like Navy did push it out from his perspective, and that I believe that is the call now, that Navy, the referees got together, conferenced about it, and the puck now will be put out center ice for the face-off. So a little confusion there from my vantage point. I thought Temple put it out, but it looks like the Midshipmen ended up doing it. Icing was caught initially, but now it's going to be a face-off at center ice.
Matthew Jeanette tripped up, no call.
On in front, great blocker save, Auerbach. He's been the hero tonight for the Owls, as he is almost every game. Quickly in, backhander in the point, that goes wide. Off the skate of Van Allen, nice keep there by Scasia. Last minute of play in the second period as LeBombard blocks that one, tries to get it along to Van Allen, and LeBombard has the ice, has the puck, and fires it back down. Firing it back down was Van Allen. And now another whistle will be called. Looks like interference will be the call.
It's going to be on Lombard too. Looks like he's skating over towards the penalty box. And Lombard just laughing about it right now, but that's not a call you want to see the Owls take.
Interference is the call. LeBombard in the box with 44.9 seconds to go in the second period. Not, if you're the Owls, not what you wanted to see, because not only will they have the momentum here, but they'll also have the momentum going into the third period unless they score in the next 44.9 seconds. We'll see what happens. Auerbach been sensational, but when he gets men in front of him, it is difficult for him to see that puck, as it is for almost any goaltender in the game of hockey.
And that's a tough call for Lombard to take in this one. He's been taken down by Navy so many times tonight. We haven't seen any calls go against the Midshipmen for interference. A tough break right there for the Owls.
There's a shot just deflected wide from the point. Bladen Reed there for the Owls, trying to get it off the stick of John Mullen. As guess who? Golembrowski in that far corner. Back to the point, shot by Hayden, that finds its way in, and at the last second, Ben Auerbach flings his leg out and gets the padding on it. Kelly in front, trying to do something. Clock does run out, horn sounds, and now with the end of the second period, the Midshipmen will come out on the third with 1 minute and 16 seconds left to go on the power play, as the Temple Owls continue the Ritchie penalty kill here, trying to keep the third goal off the board for the Midshipmen. After two shots in favor of Navy, 31-12. Quick periods here, quick hockey. As looks like JJ is going to talk to Matthew Gannay for a second, and I'm going to send it down to JJ.
Thanks so much, Zach. Walking down the ice here with Matt Gannay. Matt, tough second period so far for your team, but you had a nice shot earlier on in the game. What's going through your head right now offensively?
You know, just not getting that many bounces, you know. They're getting some lucky bounces, we're not. Just got to keep putting pucks on net. You know, we only have 12 shots through 2 periods, so if we keep shooting, you know, hopefully we get some bounces and one will go in.
Trying to set something up in the offensive zone, and how can your team manage to do that here in the third period?
Just work on what we do in practice, you know, like sometimes everything doesn't go your way, you know, you don't practice it, but just got to set it up like we normally do, and hopefully stuff starts going in.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Good luck.
Thank you.
Matthew Gannay there with JJ Michalski. My name is Zach Demuse. We're going to head to intermission here on the TU Ice Network, presented by Wawa. Do not go anywhere, as we have a lot more coverage. Owls down 2-0 after 2. Third period underway just in a few moments. Welcome back to the Igloo, ladies and gentlemen, on the TU Ice Network. My name is Zach Demuse, JJ Michalski, inside the glass for the last 2 periods. And, you know, if you're the Temple Owls, this is the period you need to wake up. Navy opens this period, with a power play for 1 minute and 16 seconds. So Temple needs their best to start out quickly. And like no surprise earlier in the game, Navy yet again has possession in the offensive zone.
Well, Zach, to start the third period, had them in a power play. Navy right now moving backwards, and Temple just trying to kill this off, see if they can get themselves back to 5-on-5 with a 2-0 deficit.
Richie's penalty kill here for the Owls, as a quick shot is sent along from the point, and the puck jumps behind the net and onto the left side of the face-off dot. There's another shot that our back doesn't see. That's the most dangerous part, when there's a man in front of him and he cannot see the puck in the direction in which it's coming. That is when he allows a lot of his goals in the net. 19:06 left to go here in the first period. Excuse me, here in the third period, I should say. 31 shots on goal in favor of the Midshipmen. Now a shot put on there by an Owl. That was Mike Walker. And for shorthanded, you know, just taking a shot, killing some time is all you can ask for if you're the Owls.
The final rush here for Navy. Lombard now out of the box. Ondick comes on.
Successful Richie's penalty kill for the Owls. That was big. One goal there from Navy could have had the momentum swing their way for the entire period. But now this is Temple's chance to get that momentum back on their side.
Navy moves to 1-3 on that power play for them on the evening. That one goal coming in the second period.
Bodies down on the ice. That was Andrew Kaiser who fell down there for a moment. And now the tallest guy for Temple, Alex Barberini, the 6'6" sophomore, does move in, and the puck is rattled around and then covered by Charles Doherty, who is perfect so far. 13 saves on 13 shots tonight. If you're the Owls, you need to see more shots on, and I think that's probably one of the most prevalent things that Coach Pat Carroll talked about in the intermission, to get more shots on the net. Here's Temple's first offensive face-off in the period. Let's see what happens.
And Zach, there's a fine line between taking shots and taking good shots.
There's Kaiser, who tried to put a shot on, and it goes high, but a stretch pass, and here come Golembrowski moving on in on our back. It goes high. What a move put on, but the puck goes high.
That dance around the top right corner of that net, what a break for the Owls.
What a break indeed. Golembrowski moved right on in swiftly. Here's a shot there put on now by Michael Irie, and then Kaiser tries to pick up the bouncing puck, and Doherty picks it up right off the ice and into his glove.
Seems as if both teams came into the third period with a newfound energy, and Temple skating faster and harder than they have the rest of this game, really trying to work back from this 2-goal deficit. You have to score a goal by the 10-minute mark maybe to really think you're in this one. Obviously, miracles can happen, though.
Charles Giazza is in the offensive face-off dot for the Owls, loses that one, and now Navy comes swiftly into the offensive zone. Over across, now looking for a shot that's deflected in front, put on there by Edward Zhao. And Navy continuing the offensive possession. Along the low boards now, and then finally picked off by Kyle Van Allen, and flings it across to Lombard, who flings it back, and a backhander into, that was Nick Van Allen there for a second. And now finally the Midshipmen crossing the blue line into the Temple zone, behind the ice, and the referee's arm is up, and we're going to get a penalty on Navy. So if you are the Owls...
Stick being called here. That's a high stick.
High stick called on number 25, Aiden Riley from South Bend, Indiana there. He's going to go to the box. And now, like you said, JJ, this is the opportunity that you have. Van Allen, Giazza, Irie, Gane, and Ondick on the ice now. 16:47 left to go in the third.
Zach, it's actually number 26, Andrew Douglas, in the box.
Thank you.
So Douglas takes the penalty there. Temple with a huge opportunity now on their, I believe this is their second power play of the night. Certainly time for them to strike. 0 for 1 so far.
Referee stops play for a second. Irie getting a little handsy there as the puck is along the point to Gane. Looks similar to what the plan was earlier. Now Gane puts a shot on in front. Loose still in front. Looking for it is the Owls, but they cannot get it. Ondick recovers the rebound. Now that puts a shot on. That goes high. Got it for a second was Doherty, and then now the Midshipmen send it all the way back to the other side of the ice as Ben Auerbach comes out of his net and Guinea regains. Change by Navy.
Van Allen had a chance there. He was pinned in that post. Wasn't able to get to the puck, but Temple right now taking some good shots. Janae certainly going to be your guy to look for to score here.
Giazza came in on the left-hand side. Now Irie has it below the net. Ondick backhands, trying to get it to Guinea. Wasn't strong enough. Now the Midshipmen come up on a 3-on-2 while short-handed. They try to put something along the stretch pass along the side of the zone. Didn't work. Now quickly, Nick Van Allen carries it in, tries to stay on side. They will for a moment, and then the referee's whistle is blown.
Ondick and Irie getting miscommunication there, both visibly frustrated as they skate back to the bench. Ondick was crossing in, thinking Irie was going to take the puck, but he elected to bring it back, and that's what caused that miscommunication.
Well, they had opportunities. The puck was in Doherty's area in the blue paint. They just need to find one to capitalize on here with 15:40 left in the third. Now almost a turnover by Barberini, but he was able to recover there as Crossan tries to lay a big hit there on Navy. 45 seconds left in the power play for Temple. I should mention it's the Draft Horse power play here on the TU Ice Network presented by Wawa.
40 seconds left for the Owls here on this power play. Navy carrying forward. Temple needing to get the puck back. You've got to get at least one more shot here, I would think.
25 seconds now on the power play, and Navy was playing with the Owls there. They had it in their defensive zone and just stopped skating because no Owls was pressuring them. Finally, Barberini trying to take it up now, trying to get a stretch pass along there to Andrew Kaiser, but that went wide. And now again shorthanded. Navy had an offensive possession for a moment. Ian Macdougall had it and then cleared finally for the Owls, and the power play is now over. Missed opportunity there.
Crossan taking down and skating back to the bench a little injured is Joe Walton for Navy.
You just talked about him, but Aaron Crossan moving into the offensive zone makes one man miss, just tries to get a shot on. Skates don't follow the body as he falls down to the ice. And the puck is still loose in the Temple offensive zone for a moment, but then Josiah Tolvo, as we talked earlier, fires a shot on net, but it was offsides.
Well, Dylan, that's our tech director. Well, we have a little fun story here tonight. Navy has a little yellow Labrador puppy that they brought with him. His name's Sailor, and he's one of the Navy parents' dogs. Certainly a little fun dog to run around, and you might see him running around the arena.
Quick shot put on there by Navy from the neutral ice, making sure Auerbach is on his toes. As across the zone does the puck go, trying to connect to a midshipman's stick, and it does. Now finally along the point again from a shot that's deflected. And then Bowles is now out there, the key defender for the Owls. And there's a quick shot put on there. Navy rebound and score. Shot from the point, found Auerbach's leg for a moment. Rebound put out, and Navy capitalizes on the missed opportunity there by the Owls. 3-0 Navy. 13:50 left to go in this third period. JJ, I don't know what else you could say about that. It was a nice shot from the point that found its way through. Auerbach made the first save, but then after the rebound kicked off his leg, there was no one there but the net and the Navy player to put that in.
35 shots on goal for Navy here in this game, and you're not going to win a game when you are outshot 35-18.
35-18 indeed, as we await for the official call on who assisted that goal and who put it in the net. I couldn't see it from our vantage point. But now the puck is now dropped at center ice.
Assist on that goal coming from Edward Zhao.
Temple now in the bigger hole than they were before, 3-0. If they have any chance of coming back, they need one quick. They give that goal to number 12, Connor Hayden, the 5'9" forward from Lakeville, Minnesota. Ondick trying to find Irie there for a moment, doesn't happen. And now pushed all along in the offensive zone is Navy yet again. The right face-off circle is where he started, lost the puck for a moment, and then Auerbach makes a nice save, and here come the Owls.
Nice kick save there.
It's Irie sidestepping a man, falls down on the ice, and Ondick follows him, but unfortunately for him, the puck already possessed by Navy. Quickly in, blocker save, Auerbach. That was a shot from Riley Jamison that came in quickly on Auerbach's short side. Big hit into the boards there on Macdougall. And the puck is jumped along the boards right behind the back of Barberini, and here come the Midshipmen yet again. Right face-off circle, looking for a pass in front, not there. Auerbach sprung across to make the save. Fortunately, the puck was ahead of the stick and pushed back behind the net on boards. Josiah Tolvo now has it, puts it out to the point, back to Tolvo. Stretches it all the way across to Joe Walton, who puts on a shot that doesn't get through. 11:40 left to go in this third period as a shot again from the point comes from the Midshipmen, and the Owls cannot regain possession. Finally, a whistle is blown as Auerbach covers up the loose puck in front.
Well, you have to think that Temple's trying to make adjustments right now, Zach, but it doesn't really seem like that too much. Navy, as this game has continued, has been able to set up more and more. We saw it, especially from the second period to the third period, a huge transition for them. They've scored 1 goal each period so far in this game. Temple's been very clustered here defensively in their first game back since the new year.
Temple trying to represent themselves with at least 1 goal this evening. Unfortunately, none have come so far as the puck is cleared. 3-0 Navy, 11:25 left to go in this third period. So actions need to be made quickly for the Owls as Bladen Reed intercepts it on his own blue line. Here's the captain, Charles Giazza, quickly into the right face-off circle, pushed up along the boards hard, and finally back up to the point for Ian Bowles. Fires a shot towards the net, right into the glove of the Owls, and they call the goal. Give it to Brandon LeBombard. Goal, Temple Owls. Chaos in front as the puck caressed off the goal and off the glove of Charles Doherty. The whistle blew from the referee quickly, and LeBombard put it into meshing with 11:09 left to go in the third period. Owls 3-1.
Well, Navy is not happy about this one. They think the whistle was blown. Conversation being held by captain and Brendan Reynolds at center ice. Charles Giazza looks like he might get involved in this if it doesn't go Temple's way. An argument being had at center ice by Navy's head coach. What goal that we've talked about the whole night, just being able to towards the net.
The whistle did blow. I can attest to that before the puck entered the net. But we'll wait and see what the call is. I heard the whistle. I stopped and looked at the play, saw the net go in, saw the puck go into the net, and the arm of the referee, I should say, was extended for a goal. And we'll wait for the decision now.
It's going to be a goal, and Bombard got credit for the goal. Giazza with an assist. I heard him mention it. And it kind of becomes a moral dilemma. Did the ref blow the whistle too early? That's what Navy's arguing. But for Temple, you have to say, why are you blowing the whistle at that point? The play's still alive.
And the puck was alive as well. It caressed off the glove of Doherty, but was never fully possessed by him. Now down 3-1, quickly into the zone, trying to get it back in was Golembrowski, getting that 3-goal lead back. That was his chance. And the Bombard again just scored the goal back out on the ice and forcing a presence in the offensive zone.
Bombard's hard work paid off tonight. He's been taking a beating in the offensive zone and finally got his team on the board.
Pass it front, great save there by Auerbach as he keeps the Owls into this game down 2. But it's because of the work and the goaltender by Ben Auerbach to keep them in. Giazza trying to caress his way in, was pushed down hard to the ice by Golembrowski, the captain of Navy, and finally the puck was tipped out of bounds, or out of play, I should say, into the net, and we'll have a face-off in the offensive zone of Temple.
Well, the amazing part about all of this, Temple only down 2 goals, and their shots have been doubled in this game, 40-20 on the shot clock right now.
JJ, you said when it was 2-0, the Owls needed one in the 10-minute mark. They got one, but instead of having a 2-goal deficit, now they have a 3. There's a shot by Ondick. And it goes high, short side.
Brendan Ondick's fired up. He's looking for a goal here in the new year. First goal at 2020 trying to get it. Temple just got their first team goal at 2020, but Brendan Ondick's one of those players who really likes to try and create chances for himself. I mentioned it earlier. He had a chance. He passed the puck away. He took some time down here on the bench to himself, was sitting by himself on those last couple of possessions, really trying to think of a game plan to see how he can make a difference for this team.
Andrew Kaiser in the offensive circle for the faceoff for the Owls. Did not win that one. And now quickly and swiftly down to the offensive zone of Navy goes Edward Zal. What Temple needs to do now is control the puck, take the shot they want. And it starts right here as Irie pushes his way in, keeps the puck into the offensive zone. Help came from Ondick for a moment as Irie put a shot on, but a great save put on there by Doherty. Back out in front, leg save there. The puck is still loose behind the net. And finally crest again by Andrew Douglas.
Ondick and Irie making things happen for the Temple Owls.
Here's another interception. Passes all the way across to Gane. Can he get a shot off? He stops. Tries to get the puck across to Kaiser. Doesn't go, and the puck is cleared. Arm up for icing, but it goes down quickly as Barberini recovers the puck behind Ben Auerbach.
Puck didn't have enough momentum to make it down the ice there, so that's why it was waved off. Now we see another icing waved off.
Yeah, referee pointing at John Scassese there, waving it off. But now if you're the Owls, you need the puck, and you need it fast, as Ben Auerbach covers that one up.
Well, Zach, I don't know how you feel about this, but I think that Temple has had a newfound energy now since they've scored that goal, and obviously scoring a goal does create a lot for you, but it seemed as if they had their feet dragging trying to get that first goal of 2020, and now here they are, just down 2 goals to the Navy Academy, 9 minutes left.
That is correct, JJ. 9 minutes left. Here's another opportunity, and the whistle was called net off its moorings. But you're right. I totally agree with you. As soon as the third period started, number one, they killed the penalty that the interference was put on by Brandon LeBombard. He came in off the ice, and he actually got the goal, so he got the advantage of the referees there after a call that was argued by the Temple coaching staff led by Pat Carroll. But you're right, they did find it looks like they found a new footing, at least getting opportunities and shots on that they haven't had all game so far. Finally, Crossan picking up that puck. And Fowler had a chance to carry it in with him, but he missed. And Barberini swats it down with the mitt. And play continues in the offensive zone of Navy. Walker pestering and pressuring the midshipmen as Crossan now in the offensive zone for Temple. But finally, Golembrowski has the puck on his stick. There's a shot looking for a deflection, at least in front. Wasn't there. And just like that, Golembrowski again has it. And to the point it goes.
Crossan way late getting back to that play for Temple.
You're right, JJ. I did notice that too. I'm not sure if he injured something, he pulled something, but he got up late. And he joined the rush late as well. Almost a power play there for a couple seconds by Navy. But luckily, Ben Auerbach sees that one into the glove. As that is his problem a lot of the time, not being able to see the pucks coming at him. But he saw that one easily, snagged it up. 7:45 left in the third period. Owls down 2.
Crossan is wincing in pain just a little bit. Something to keep an eye out on for the rest of this game. Ben Auerbach standing on his head right now.
Bowles almost again got in front of Auerbach. You saw it just enough to kick that leg out and put it aside. But unfortunately, the Owls cannot get the rebound until finally Charles Giazza moving up. Could the puck be a little too far? He's going to try for it, and he puts it behind the net and goes behind and hard on the boards. But I'd like to see a shot there by Charles Giazza, but a great keep there by Nick Van Allen.
It's a tough play to make from the angle that Giazza's coming in at. He's at the corner, has really no cut back towards the net, so instead he has to take it around and try to get that wraparound shot.
Gane now out, trying to force it along to Charles Giazza. As we see Giazza needing a goal here, and he wants to bring his team back within 1. with 6:50 left in the third. Time keeps ticking. This game is a very fast game of hockey, especially here. Not a lot of stoppages so far. And Navy again has a great blocker save down low by Ben Auerbach. Trying to move up swiftly there was Macdougall, but the puck was taken right off of his stick. Now pushed in front. Ben Auerbach looking for it in front. And Macdougall there yet again, but outskated by the Midshipmen. Great hit put on there by Hurwitz on a Midshipman there as the puck is routed along the boards on the right-hand side of the zone. Scasese has it at the point, passes all the way across over, looking for a deflection in front. It was there, but so was the now. Kyle Smedley there to break that up in between the paint. And play continues in the offensive zone of Navy. JJ, this is how the Owls are going to lose this game if they do, because they simply could not find times to hold on to the puck for themselves.
Well, Navy's dominating possession time, and I don't know about you, but the popular game NHL, you might look at the time in that game right now and think the Temple's being outskated and outpossessed probably 20 minutes at this point.
Has to be at least near that. 44 shots in favor of the Midshipmen. Temple following with 22. Slapper put on there from the point, just went wide by Scasese.
But I will say, to combat that last point, for the first period, it was really just tossing the puck back and forth.
On to quickly moving on in, finds Ivory looking for a shot. Puck was lifted off his stick. That was a great chance there, but a better defensive opportunity by Navy. So far, Temple, the only goal here in the third period, the only goal on this side for them of the game, I should say. Controversial goal as the whistle was called before, as a lot of the Navy players were argued, but the referees did determine that there was no need for the whistle to be blown, and the goal was good. So Temple only down 2 now, 4:40 left to go in the third. As the puck was in Temple's offensive zone for a moment, and then a great play there by Aaron Crossan to keep it in for the Owls. Go ahead, JJ.
Temple right now with very short shifts here on the bench, trying to keep the freshest legs that they can out there. And you've seen them changing personnel quite a lot, but I think if you get under 2 minutes here, you might see a little bit of a longer shift from that Giazza line.
Fowler pushing and pressuring there. He intercepted it for a moment. 4:03 now as a shot was put on there by Bowles, but that went wide. Aaron Crossan now pushing and shoving along the board, trying to find the possession that the Owls need desperately. And a good keep there by Bowles over the stick of Fowler. Bowles again whiffed on it, so now here comes Navy on a 2-on-1, developing the shot, and they score. Beautiful pass by number 12, Connor Hayden, and an even better shot by what looks like number 26, Andrew Douglas. We'll wait to see the official call. But they moved on in on the 2-on-1 very, very quickly. Ian Bowles missed and whiffed on the chance, and they were caught.
What a tip down there in front. It was a very athletic play made there by the Midshipmen. And as you mentioned, a nice pass across the front of the zone. Auerbach had no chance to save that whatsoever.
Sometimes, JJ, the assists make the goals, and that's one of them there. Quickly in front now where the Owls. There's a shot there on the Bombard. He could have had 2.
And Zach, with 3:25 left here in this game, down by 3 goals, you almost have to think Temple might be out of it.
Unfortunately, it's becoming more and more of a reality as the seconds tick off here, JJ. 3:20 left to go in the third as the face-off now is in the left face-off circle on Temple zone. Giazza again a face-off loss.
And obviously it's not how you want to start the year here in 2020. Midway through the season, Temple really needing a couple of good wins for them to be able to push themselves into the playoffs. They'll get another chance tomorrow at Villanova, and we'll have that broadcast here on the Temple Ice Network. But right now, Temple just trying to really work back and see what they can tomorrow.
Here's the Bombard with a shot. Great deflection there by Edward Zal. Now finally moving in, but another blocked shot. So blocked shots have been the story today from Navy, not allowing the pucks to find Charles Doherty there, I should say, in the blue paint.
And now the game becoming a little scrappy. We're seeing some hits thrown down here in the defensive end of the ice.
Great save there by Auerbach, as it looked like the Bombard gave up a little bit, and now a shove to the back of the head. Not something you want to see if you're a Temple fan. Shoved Andrew Douglas right in the back of the head there. Maybe playful, maybe not, but Douglas went right to the referee at center ice and made sure he knew about it. Well, 2:30 left to go now in the third period, and like JJ said, every second that ticks off, more and more hope is lost for these Owls. But hey, we've seen crazier things. They need a goal very quickly, but the fact of the matter in tonight's game is that Temple could control and possess the puck to have good setup offensive opportunities.
The thing that really killed Temple tonight was lack of possession for them. Navy was able to dominate, and in this third period, whenever they've been able to get to the net, they've been successfully scoring.
There's another shot, but yet again it was deflected on its way there by Kaiser. And Alnick defending himself, but the person who put the hit on now swinging, and that's not a good look if you're the coaches here. You need to make sure this game continues to be disciplined even late in the third.
That's John Saskia, the defenseman from New York.
Quickly, puck still loose in front of Auerbach. Reaches out, covers it up. Stoppage of play. 1:36 left in the third. Again, 4-1 Navy. It was 3-1 for a long stretch of time here in this third period, hoping Temple could find a way to add one more to pull this to a 2-goal deficit to a 1, but then their defense did not stand firm as Navy put one more in, and the 3-goal deficit is back on the board. Another deflected shot in front. Auerbach tries to do all he can, and he does. Along the point yet again for Navy. Put on in front. Blocked there by Bowles. And the puck quickly gets into the offensive zone as Fowler tries to move up and get it. No icing there. But along trying to find Walker, the communication was off. Great stretch pass in front of the zone. But nothing happening there as the shot hits off an Auerbach and caresses into the netting above. Play continues. 51 seconds now into the third. And Temple doing all they can that Navy does not score again. But here's Aaron Crossan moving into the offensive zone. Looking for just another shot, and he's hit hard. Helmet comes off. And that is not a good look if you are Aaron Crossan. He looks angry. Hit put on by number 14, Joseph Giannini.
Crossan wants some, and he's taken quite a few hard hits tonight. His helmet flies off on that one. I don't think it was necessarily because of the hit. His helmet's a little loose sitting on his head, but Navy's coach telling them to settle down right now and take a chill pill. 37 seconds left in this. But hey, if this is ending the way it is right now, I want to be down in Annapolis for next Friday night's game between Temple and Navy. It's going to be quite the show down there if both these teams keep up the way they've been acting in this last minute.
Yeah, JJ, like you said, first of 2 meetings tonight. Next one is January 24th at Navy down in Annapolis, as you pointed out. So Temple does have a little bit of a revenge factor, as with 25 seconds left in the third period, it looks like Navy's going to officially take this one cleanly, and they're going to move on to 11-5, 1-2 in offense, OT, and shootouts. But other than that, the puck now stopped yet again with 16.5 left to go on the clock. JJ, we talked about it, different things that Temple could have improved on tonight. Keeping and possessing the puck, one. How about taking more shots? Right now, shots in favor of Navy, 49-24. When you're outshot the way that they are, and when you cannot possess the puck as they were, you're going to have losses. As Hurwitz tries to do all he can to get it and keep it, as the horn sounds, and we have a final here at the Igloo. Midshipmen move on to 11-5-1-2. Temple falls to 9-10-1. And the home stretch of games that they have lost continues to 3. 3 home losses. And that is now the longest streak in the ECHA. Need to find one quickly as they try to do all they can, but unfortunately fall short here tonight.
You know, Zach, you mentioned the shots in the game. 49-24 they finish here. And if you're Temple, yes, you do need to get more shots on the board, but also you need to think about getting better shots. Temple didn't really take too many shots that were that great here in the game this evening. You saw the shot from Janae and obviously the shot from Lumbombard, but even the goal by Lumbombard, that was just a bunch of pucks being knocked around in front, and eventually Temple was able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, like I said, the one goal Temple did have, fortunate on their side, as Ben Auerbach is congratulated by the Navy head coach for a very hard-worked game that he has definitely played and represented himself well so far with the second best save percentage in the ECHA. Now, JJ, I'm going to toss it out to you with Brandon LaBombard.
Thanks so much, Zach. So, obviously getting the loss tonight, but you were able to put your team on the board. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it feels good, but at the end of the day, didn't get the win. We need these points going forward, and I guess it's just something we're going to have to come back next week and take it in their home.
Tomorrow, heading to Villanova, any sort of adjustments that you're trying to make in your personal game heading into that one?
Yeah, I think just keep my game up, honestly. I need to keep working hard, getting in there, creating opportunities, just getting as hard as I can, and hopefully we can go to Villanova. It's always a good rivalry down there, so hopefully we can take a W over there.
You took a couple of shots tonight. How you feeling after the game? Pretty physical one.
Pretty good. Yeah, I laid some big hits. I try to bring that physicality every single game, so try to bring it going down the stretch, and we'll see.
All right. Thanks so much. Good luck.
Cheers.
Like JJ said, next game for the Owls quickly, not a stretch of time off as they are back in play for the second half of the season. Tomorrow night down away at Villanova, so they try to put this one behind them quickly. But that's going to do it here tonight on the TU Ice Network. For everyone here, JJ Mahowski, my color analyst who is between the glass. My name is Zach Demuse. Thank you, everybody. Temple dropping this one by a score of 4-1. We'll see you again tomorrow on the TU Ice Network.